people don't think we're like, yeah, they're steady going live. Don't see anything.
It was
Let me get.
10 minutes ago. Where are they?
Yeah,
Are we gonna
exactly.
be able to see, like what people are typing and stuff? Yeah, I'm gonna get my phone to.
Do you
Okay,
guys
we can do
mind
this.
being on screen at all?
Yeah, that's fine.
No, not at all. I mean,
Because
Wait,
you're
let me
voice
just.
no, I don't.
actors,
I don't mind all of this product placement that I have going on.
Oh
Yeah, it's a
no.
bit no, it's fine.
I could probably move it.
Nah, it's fine, it's fine. Just it's fine.
Yeah,
We're not, we're not tied to anything.
yeah.
Let me actually, yeah, let's see.
Are
Display
we being
capture.
recorded?
All right, people can see us now. Yeah.
Oh no.
Hi.
I don't know if anybody's actually already there or not. Oh wait. Now you guys are gone.
We're gone. Oh no.
I was watching Carrie Fisher just now. She's hilarious.
She's
Carrie
awesome.
Fisher.
The
Leia.
Oh, oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah. It's really sad that she just passed away. And then her mom right after too. Like, what are
Yeah.
the chances?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Let me see. We're live. I don't think anybody's watching yet.
Okay. Do you want to wait till people show up and you just kind of do your thing, or how do you want to do this?
I don't know. I don't know if anybody's gonna show up. Like we're way half an hour. It's like nobody's interested at all. No. One of the things. It's cool. One of the things that I'm gonna. Oh, why do I keep moving this thing away? One of the things I'm gonna do is archive this video here, and I'm gonna copy it over to YouTube, and then I'll post it also somewhere in the Kickstarter. So if
Okay.
nobody even shows up, it's fine. Oh, we have 19 people. Never mind. Hello, 19
Oh
people.
wow. Hey guys.
Oh.
Hey.
Awesome.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
So I am Erinception.
Erinception, yes,
Yes.
that is her new nickname. Erinception. We'll explain that one eventually, probably. I'm Kenz. I'm from Unmedicated and Dysfunctional. I'm here to kind of ask these guys a few questions and see what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me.
I'm Rob. I do the voice of John. Yay!
Yes.
Yay!
Got a bow tie.
Okay,
I
I
do
just
have a
have
bow
to.
tie.
I love how you pronounce some of your words in Starjob. It just cracks me up so much for no reason whatsoever. And thank you, because I love it so much.
Some of those are probably intentional, and some of those probably were not.
It depends on how I cut them together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, Jor, real quick, while we have you uninterrupted, I want to ask a little bit about game development. And so you're basically making this right now with Team B on zero budget until the Kickstarter goes through. Yeah?
Yeah. Basically, yeah. I started out having a budget like when I was still like working on my other what was it? My other indie game. So I had some cash, and that's where I got most of the assets that I'm using, and I got Photoshop, like how do you call it, like um, subscription and stuff like that. So I got the programs and tools and stuff like that. But yeah, after while I was working there, I got like the company wasn't doing okay, and the game was like what I was working was initially was done really well. There's a whole history behind it. I'm not gonna go into it now, but basically at one point I couldn't be kept on, so I had to make a decision like what am I gonna do now? So I decided to just go for it with Stardrop, and around that time I figured let's not spend too much money on this until until my future's a little bit more a little bit better. So yeah, ever since that I've like just been working on it, and with the grace of the whole team, just standing behind the project, and yeah, hopefully gonna pay off in the future, at least
Yeah, it,
in a decent amount of in a way that we can continue to make games, and continue to work together. That's just what I want. But yeah, that's basically, yeah. You're right. I think the
yeah,
total
you
amount
got,
the total amount I spend on it is like $500. Yeah,
that's,
so far.
I mean, yeah, I mean, considering just how much has been put into the graphics and the story, and how far you've actually gone so far with it, it's really incredible that you're basically working with nothing on it. And how many people do you have uh, total with TNT?
I think about nine.
Like doing the graphics and all of
Oh, the
that.
yeah, not, yeah, that's an interesting aspect. The funny thing about that is that like I think all game development teams have like their artists and you know, if your level designers, your artists, your the people who run it, and the CEOs, and I don't know all the titles and roles, but yeah, you have those people, and then you know, depending on a game, of course, as well. But then you have like your playtesters and your voice actors, which are usually separated from the team.
Usually.
But yeah, but I didn't want to do that. To me, it's like to me, everybody who's working on it and puts in the amount and the effort, and you know, just sticks around and everything, and to me, they're part of the team. So yeah, everybody. So the team is a bit different. Like most of the team are voice actors. I've like as you can see, Aaron and Robert, and then I got Jordan Podge and
Yeah.
Catabel, who just joined. They haven't Those two haven't been involved as much yet because story, but yeah, play uh, they're gonna play important roles as well. And then I got two
Yeah.
artists
Yeah.
and two play testers and composer. So nine people overall right now.
So you do have your own composer then, like all the music is
Well,
specifically for the
it's
game.
yeah, it's not set in stone yet. The composer, it's a bit of an awkward situation. I've been talking to him, but it's like finding a composer has been the most difficult thing. He has made music, and I still have to really get him on. But until that is really set in stone, I really chat with him and everything. So far, yes. But you know, until it's set in stone, I can't really say yes. But yeah, I don't see anything happen. So yeah, we have a composer.
Okay.
So yeah, which
Yeah,
is
it's everything
important.
is kind of still in the works then.
Mm-mm.
He's an excellent composer, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, it's the game is just so beautifully done right now, and from what I can tell, I think right now I'm just starting the second mission. So we've already met Jordan Potch's character. Robert Ducat's already been quite a big part as well as Inception here. And so it definitely seems like I've been gripping kind of on the edge and just waiting to see where it goes because the way that you set it up is you have one mission and then at the end of that mission you kind of get all of this information but you don't exactly continue back into that. So I just wanted to know too, what's your thought process on like how you're putting everything together, because that's very unique as far as storyline goes. You don't see that really
Oh,
ever.
thanks. Well, this is. Oh my God. Okay, so I'm not a writer.
Sorry.
It's okay. Don't. It's okay. It's
Yeah.
okay. It's okay. I'm kind of yeah. Okay. So I'm not a writer. That's the thing. It's like gnawing at me in a way. I don't know writing conventions. I know like beginning, middle, end kind of thing, structures, and you know, I try to manage like characters. Like one of the things is because I don't want to have like a gazillion characters to write, so I have to think about each you know, all their like how they're connected and stuff like that. I mean, for crew characters, it's easier because they're like these two crew characters know each other. Maybe they know another one, but it's not as important as like the main characters. So, and as for the story, I I I can't say too much. That's the thing about this is I think oh God, this is like the
No,
most
it's
annoying.
okay. It's
No,
okay.
no.
I understand because you can spoil
Spoilers and
it.
all
Yeah.
that.
Well,
Yeah.
no, the thing
But I
about
guess
this,
then, go ahead.
the
Sorry.
thing about the story is, and this is like not really related to your question at all, but it's just something I want to bring up, is like I've been dealing with this issue for quite a while, ever since the beginning. Is that how do I market the game? Like, how do I make it so important? Like, tell people like, okay, this story is pretty awesome, without telling them the story or even hinting
Right.
at it, and that's the issue. And I still am not like gonna say anything about the story because that's like it's like movies or watching a trailer these days. Like you see so many stuff in these movies, and then you watch the movie, and it's like, okay, so I now get the filler of what I saw in the trailer in between, So I don't want to spoil anything. So it's kind of like it's usually when people play the game, it's like that's when they start to really appreciate the game. It's like I played, I saw it look cool, and I played. I'm like, wow, this is really cool. So it's kind of like how do I translate that back into
Right.
like before people don't know it. So yeah, that's what I've been dealing with. But story wise, yeah, I think I have something really cool going on, and yeah, that's what I'm gonna say about that.
No, you definitely do. It's very unique in how you're telling the story too. One of my favorite things starting out, especially, was having these two guys tell me how to use the controls, and then having her be like, "Yeah, duh. Why are you telling me that?" Because that dynamic, like you've never seen that before in a game,
Yeah.
and now all of a sudden you have this brought in, and it's just the dynamic there. That kind of comedy releases that kind of tension of being in a new environment, and I really love how you did that. But you are in France, you said, right?
Singapore, it's
Or I'm sorry,
almost.
why is it
This
you're in
close.
It is
Singapore?
close, yeah.
Not that far, right? I
It's
mean,
okay. Don't worry. Don't worry.
right? No.
Don't worry
um,
about
uh,
it.
anyway, so not France at all. You're in Singapore, and these two
Yeah.
guys are actually in the States. So I would like to get all of your kind of input on how you guys met and really became a team, because it doesn't seem like, how did you guys even come across each other?
Fate.
I mean,
That's.
it's coincidence, but how did it happen? You know?
All right. Well, I guess it starts with me again, in a way. No. Okay. Let's start with Robert. Robert.
All right.
I know him the longest. Like I know him
Yes.
since like when I was modding in what was it, 2006, 2007, around there.
Yeah, it sounds about right. It
Exact.
was 1187 was the Half-Life mod.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh,
I had auditioned on I think it was
yeah,
voiceactingalliance.com,
exactly.
and then yeah, and you really liked my voice, so that's when I met you.
Likes. Yeah. No. I still love your voice, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. I saw. I can't remember if I think I made a post, and I think
Yeah,
yeah, you auditioned on it, right?
you would
Yeah,
have made a post. Yeah.
yeah. I heard his voice. I was like, oh, this guy's awesome. Yeah, let's see if I can like work with him. And then
Yeah.
we ended up doing the mod. Yeah, and
You guys kind of started working together before Aaron really came into the picture.
kind of way before Aaron. Yeah,
Yes.
So
Yeah.
ignore you for a minute.
Ignore.
sorry,
Um,
Aaron.
Go over to your corner. Well, sorry, I'll call you. um, no, so then for you, because you're working out of your house then, Robert, and sending it to
Yes.
Jor.
Yes.
So then what's that like, since he's not there to really give you direction and all of that while you're recording? Is it a lot of sending back and forth, or how does that work then?
You would think it would be. I don't think there's a whole lot of sending back and forth. I do a lot of ad libs where I'll read the script and then I'll think like, well, that's okay, but maybe do a little better like this, and then just send him like a bunch of stuff,
Oh
and then he picks out what he wants.
yeah.
Like I've set out, I've done like a page for like with 15 minutes of actual takes in it, like for just for
Wow.
one page.
Yeah, yeah. That's exactly right. It's
So
it.
then or he gives you a lot of options then right off the bat.
Insane. I love listening. I love listening to his takes because there's not just the ad libs and the lines. It's the commentary in between. It's hilarious. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my god. Um, I wish I could like. Sometimes I'm listening to it. And I'm like, I wish I could talk back to him. But it's a recording. But it's just too funny. And the thing I
I
have.
remember, yeah, I remember the first like Kickstarter one that you had sent me. There was this like wall of text, and it was all one very long run-on sentence.
Yeah.
And I did my very best to do
Oh,
the
yeah.
whole thing in one take, but like I always stuck in that big at the end because I had to do it all in one breath.
Yeah.
And I don't remember if that actually ended up in the Kickstarter or not.
Yeah, the
But-
first video I actually put that in. I wanted to do something more humorous in the first video. Uh, yeah, I changed it to the new video because I don't. Because Oh no, there's it starts.
So I guess while Jor is preoccupied, we'll go ahead then and so when did you really come into the picture with these guys then? Like how far along were they into the game when you came into it? And how did you meet Jor?
Okay,
Okay, well, I'll start with talking to Door first.
Okay.
It was also through Voice Acting Alliance, and he actually contacted me directly because he saw my opening posts, which is just me talking about, like, blah, 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 I want to be a voice actor, blah, blah, blah. These people are my heroes, I want to be a hero. So, that was basically how we had a chat through Skype.
I pitched the
the funny
story.
thing about yeah.
I was like,
was
oh, I
really
have to
nice
get
with
this voice actress. He's so cool. So I did my best.
It's very hard not to like fall in love with because I just know from working with you, you know, because we act a lot, just extra work and all of that.
Yeah.
Just like
We met on Comcast.
we did. She has this just personality that you meet her and you're like, I don't know what I need to do with her, but I need to put her like somewhere. Like she needs to be like you're just so bubbly and cute, and it's like it's hard not to want you to be part of something, you know.
Well, now I'm just flattered. You know.
So then, how far along were you in building the game when you really pulled her into it?
Oh my god, I have to think about that. Far enough that I knew the basic story premise and everything. This is another fun thing I guess to bring up is that the way I do the story is that I had the story, the basic outline in my head, but the way the whole story develops is kind of like an organic approach. I like to call that. I don't know if it makes too much sense, but what it means is that I when I am at when I'm at a certain point in the story, that's when I flesh it out. Kind of, I know already what I want to do with it, but when I haven't, you have to write the lines and you have to put in your head like, okay, how is this gonna like unfold? How is this going to be a scene? Or and that's kind of usually how it goes. And from there on, I might like change my mind and go like, oh wait, I can make it go this way, or I can actually add this kind of thing in there. And that's how I write the whole thing. And then I send it off to them and pray that I don't mess up, because
Oh, go ahead.
no, I'm not really that. It's not my first language. English is not my first language, and I was gonna comment just now on like how Aaron has done this as well, but John does this. Robert does this a lot, where he just
It's
looks at my
the character's named after you.
yeah. That's why I named Aaron Aaron. It's like saves so much.
I
No, I'm
remember what it
kidding.
used to be too, because when I auditioned,
But yeah, no. So what was I saying? My mind is.
we look at the lines and we realize that you didn't quite write it.
Oh yeah,
the
yeah.
way
So
that
so
that-
yes. So they actually turn some like my poor writing into something that can be used.
The character,
Editors then.
yeah, the character said the line as it would come out of their mouth. So
Yeah.
What I like about it is that it makes that's what I like about it. It makes their person. It makes them their character, and that's what I want. I want them, the actors to make it their own instead of just them saying my lines. Yeah, so yeah, that's what I enjoy that, and I have to go through Robert's hour-long take and decide which which.
I cut mine up. So like I take out the ones that I don't think are good.
I said in everything. Like, here you go. I rambled for like 15 minutes in the middle there, but it's cool.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's fine.
So then, what is it like for you guys, you and Robert, to interact with each other? Because you're not recording together, right?
Okay,
Right.
I want to start with this because the first time, like, I hadn't even heard his voice, and I literally just, I would say the line as I expected to hear it, and then I would answer myself. Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I would I would do both lines just so that I had an idea of like what I was hearing, what I was listening to, and how I would respond to it. And every now and then I still do that, but it's easier now that I know what Rob sounds like in the game and what kind of character he is.
Yeah.
I'll let you know.
I think
And I am
that's
indeed a
probably
character.
really smart. Yeah. So what about? Have you guys ever actually met them?
No, I think we've spoken a few times.
Oh, yeah.
Skype,
Not,
yeah,
like,
But you
but
never like met in
that's
person and really
no,
sat down and.
no. I'm over here in Ohio, so
Oh, you're in. Oh, I thought you were in California. Sorry.
no.
Making assumptions over here.
All right.
So then, what's it like for you then? Because you weren't here at the very beginning of Star Drop. You kind of came in not necessarily in the middle because then you wouldn't be at the beginning of the game. But you came in like after the process was already starting. Was it weird to transition into part of the team, or how? What was that dynamic like?
Well, no, it was actually a really comfortable transition. Like I got to know them pretty well, and we're all friendly. We all wanted to get the project done, and we're all really passionate about it. So it was really easy to get what I needed to get done, and like voice acting is what I want to do like for the rest of my life. I mean, um, and this was the first really big project. Actually, this was the first thing I ever got a voice acting role on for a video game. So I'm super excited about it. And I share with everyone that I can.
Yeah, I mean, like as an actor, like you tend to come into something like you don't normally come in at the beginning of a project.
Right.
Like it. I mean, that's it. I think both of us have gotten into this project like way earlier than I would expect voice actors to come into a project. Usually, like especially watching stuff on like actual mainstream video game stuff, they always come in way near the end when everything's written because they only got them for like a day. And so they have to have everything done. But coming in at the beginning, like we can go back and redo things and do things over. And there's a little bit more to do all the time instead of just doing like 7 hours at once, which is like, so I really like that because you get the feel. You don't have to stress yourself out doing everything right the first time because there's going to be more later that you can do again. So it's really cool to actually being a part of the team instead of just being this person they bring in.
Right. So then what's been the hardest part then for you? Just coming into it.
Sometimes it's getting away from myself where I get this brief synopsis of the beginning. I remember like the specific part where it's like I had no idea what was going to happen in the game. I knew my character, what he was all about, and I knew Aaron's character, but I had no idea what the story was about. So I'm like taking the little tiny bits. I think it just had the audition line, which was just this. I remember the character's name was Sarah before it was Aaron, and then I'm like, what is going on in this story? And I'm like weaving tales in my head, and I'm like, get out of there, Rob. You're not you're not writing this. It's all Yaura or Jor doing it. So it's like, and then finding time to do it sometimes is tough because you have a life to do. I work a full-time job, so.
Yeah, especially with the holidays too that just came by, and you guys just released the I guess you could kind of call it like a mini-sode then to it, the side mission, the zero gravity mission, which was fantastic, super hard to control because it's like you have to like bounce off of things and jetpack yourself. It took me such a long time to like figure out.
I played that too, and like I had a hard time like getting the screen to like stand. I was like moving away. I was like, I can't see this part.
You know, it's funny that as you look at the controls, it tells you exactly what button to push to stop. Like,
I didn't look. I just
most of
went
the
right into it.
stubborn. Yeah, that's very stubborn. But
I actually fixed that. Yeah, you don't slide continuously. You just gradually like you slow down to stop. So, because that was.
I actually haven't played the game. My computer is not powerful enough to play the game. That's another hard part, is that my computer is not powerful enough. I downloaded it, and I was getting about a frame every 8 seconds. So
really not seeing the finished product.
Yeah. I get to watch videos, but that's all I get is the YouTube videos.
That must be quite a challenge too, then, because you really don't know how it's turning out with your voice.
Yes, I mean I've gotten to watch the videos and they look amazing. The game looks amazing, but it also helps that I'm not like the player character, so I don't have to envision myself as this person moving around. I'm just this guy in the background, so I can get in the headspace a lot easier. But then, sometimes I'll hear a line that I did, and like, oh, they went with that line. Oh, okay. But it's too late. It's out there now.
I imagine it would be a little bit like I feel like I would go crazy if I was playing a character, but I was like talking to myself as the character, you know? So maybe it's better that you can't play it right now for your own sanity.
I did play our previous game, 11A7. Like I was able to get that running. It wasn't great, but it was sometimes a little weird, like to hear myself talk and I'm like I answer myself because I don't think the player character didn't talk in that game. So it was just me talking to the player for like most of the game. So I'm like talking back, like, shut up, me. Like, I'm trying to do this thing over here. Stop falling down. He fell down a lot.
So then, Aaron, what has been your biggest struggle then in just make because you're really not communicating with each other while you're in there filming. And I know it's always like for me, I tend to get a little frustrated when I don't feel like I'm doing something right and there's not someone there to say, hey, look, this is how I want it. Mm-hmm. So what's been like the biggest struggle as far as like recording and making sure everything goes over right and all of that?
Well, to be honest, Jordan's been really great about telling me when I need to redo something. So we've kind of worked around like the not being able to direct, and self-directing is really hard. I've kind of taught myself how to self-direct.
Yeah, it's kind of.
So that's probably the biggest challenge is just knowing what you're trying to do and then trying to figure out how you think the other voice actor is going to do the line, which it's not hard anymore because like I said, I know how his character is.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, I was gonna say something else. Oh yeah. So I really haven't had that much of an issue with anything else other than the fact that I got sick like 4 months ago. And
I would do it.
I was doing lides and I sounded just like this and like I would do the lide and I just hear a D at the end like that. And it was I was like, oh no, I hope that there's time to redo this later, but it's a cold that I had for like 3.5 months. So
I had a cold through all of Echoes. Like I was like, oh god, I'm still sick. I'm like, hold on, and like coughing off the mic. I'm like,
coughing, you know.
Yeah.
Every line I did, I would take a sip of water. There was one time when I like had a sore throat, and that was probably the worst.
Do you guys ever get the
yeah.
sounds water?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Like macaroni in the background. You're like, where's that coming from?
I can take a whole outtake full of John going like.
Oh god, that's right. I do that a lot. Oh, just like a flub of line of like,
You have to get those mouth exercises in somewhere.
Yes.
Gotta loosen up that jaw.
Yes.
How much vocal manipulation are you guys actually using with these characters? Because they are human characters, you know. So how much are you actually having to change your voice then for these characters?
I
Not
don't change it a whole lot. I do a little bit higher pitch for John. Like I'll bring it up in the higher register a lot more because I think he's a little bit more energetic when I try to do him. So like, hey everybody, let's go on. Like yeah. But I mean, I can do stupid, silly voices, but this is not one of those shows, so I don't really do that.
Yeah, kind of the same deal for me. I go a little bit lower than I usually do just because she's a little bit more. I don't want to say serious because she's not that serious. She's got a sense of humor, but
she's like grounded.
Yeah, and she's pretty calm. But like you know, sometimes I'll catch myself going like a little high like this, and I'm like, oh, that's not Aaron.
Oh, it's Aaron.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So then, Jor, what's your biggest struggle been throughout this whole process?
wow, my biggest struggle.
Yes.
I guess getting stuff to work game mechanics wise and making sure that it doesn't fall apart. I think that's basically the biggest struggle. Yeah, it's just to get the game being a game, and yeah, that's about it. The level design is
Not easy, audience.
No, not at all. I've talked to a few game developers now who they've kind of set aside their projects because they don't have budget and all of that, and it's just a lot of time commitment. So
Yeah, that is.
I think everyone who plays this game really appreciates what you guys are doing and how you're doing it. It's phenomenal to just watch you go through this journey. How far through the game do you think you're actually done with?
Oh well. Um You've played it. That's I've stopped right at the end where the after the credits and you have the sequence, and that's basically where I stopped, and that's where I started to focus a bit more on the side missions to like test out mechanics, new ideas, which I'll continue to do. And hopefully with funding I can get some more assets and get some more time to get create some more custom assets by the artists, and then continue with the main story. Yeah. So
So then,
yeah.
so the main story for sure isn't over yet, though, right?
Oh no
'Cause
no
we're
no
on
no no
it
no.
right now. You can't,
that's all
you
you
can't
get.
leave me there.
No no no. There's quite a lot more to come.
So then, how many chapters do you kind of see this going into?
Actually,
Or I say chapters, but not necessarily chapters.
yeah.
How, you know?
I divided it into chapters. Yeah, I think basically two chapters, maybe three, but I would say two chapters. It's just that the first chapter is probably about one third or one fourth, even the size of the rest. It's just that
Okay.
because of the two ships, to me it was convenient to cut them up in two chapters like that.
Right.
I'm pretty sure technically wise, it probably would be very different. There would probably be 12 chapters or something like that. But as I said, I'm not technically a writer, so I just go like with what I have in in my head, and yeah, I just make it two chapters, and I'll probably just drop the whole chapter thing when the full game comes out, and it'll just be one whole game experience kind of thing. Yeah.
So then, do you have a set ending yet, or are you kind of letting that grow in
Oh,
its own way?
that's yeah. No, I had an ending way back, and that ending is still pretty much the same. It's just that I've expanded on the ending, and I've found ways to make that ending even give more weight to the overall story. So yeah, no, the ending is completely vivid in my head. I know exactly what I want to do with that. So it's the journey
You're not going to
between
kill
that.
one off, right? You can't go killing people. This isn't George R. R. Martin.
I'm not gonna like kill people like drama like kind of thing like kill like nah no I don't no it's um
Don't
nah.
worry, I'll record John getting sucked out in an airlock or something. Just to put that into the folder where we keep all the voice acting, just to mess with you.
You have a new recruit background, like, hello. I've been waiting.
I think that's also a challenge to not fall into tropes like like there's no arc villain, there's no, as I said, characters dying like oh dramatic scene, like oh why no, like and there's also the tropes of conventional sci-fi or first person like gameplay mechanics like people are like oh you should make this like a horror game, it's so scary. I'm like yeah I like that.
Just
That's
do, Alien Isolation. Let's
yeah.
do it. Just
Yeah.
No, that's the thing I like about it. It's one of the things that I've been hearing people say. It's like they feel so very eerie. The atmosphere is so like like scary kind of thing, which wasn't really my intention, but it's like the feedback I've been getting, and I'm rolling with it up to the point that there's nothing to really fear. There's not gonna be a horror game, even though you might feel like unease, but that's fine. It's I like that aspect. It's my daughter.
You okay?
Yeah, she's okay. You okay, right? Yeah, she's shy. She's looking at everybody on the screen.
Hi.
hi.
Everybody say hi to you now. Uh oh, it's more shy.
Yeah, I mean, I think part of the atmosphere being kind of eerie is that it's an atmosphere that, as a player, we've never really seen before. I mean, with horror games, we've seen the scary houses. We've seen, like we know what to expect out of it. Part of walking into this atmosphere is you've created something that we don't know, that is unfamiliar to the audience, which I think is fantastic. Because even in other space games, it doesn't look or feel like that kind of desperate, kind of spacey. It's more of like a mystical, very curious, kind of beautiful space. And you've done such a great job with that.
Oh, thanks. No, to say, I, yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, that's a challenge on its own. I try to make the ships not scary, but because they're ships, I think there's that
They're
aesthetic
scary.
still is. Yeah, exactly. And obviously, when you go like to an engine room or
Yeah, what was the plan behind the robots? Can we talk about the robots for a second?
Yes, please. Let's talk about the
yeah,
robots.
sure.
Where did that design come from?
It's a kitty. Sorry, my daughter loves animals. It's every kid. Look, it's a kitty.
Oh.
You're right.
I have a kitty too.
You have a
Yes.
kitty.
You?
There she goes stealing the show again. She always does that. Huh?
The robot.
Robots. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, shit. My ploy.
Robots.
I wanted to throw you guys off.
Funny.
Yes, I know.
He was just was on the street.
Yes, I know. Little girl, she's on the screen. All right. Ask me the question about the androids, and I'll do my best.
Okay. Where did that design and the idea for that come from? Because even with the part where the security is going off, they're not dangerous, which is good, but they're also kind of freaky. So just because they're like humanoid and you don't know, I have a thing against robots, like human robots. They just kind of creep me out. So where did that design come from? Like, what was the idea behind that one? What was the inspiration?
Yeah, that's probably very like not so amazing answer. I wanted something. Yes, I know. I didn't want to. I didn't. I want to have something that's like interactive, like characters, but I couldn't really do human characters. Yes, I know.
Right.
I couldn't really do human characters because lip syncing and Uncanny Valley, I didn't have enough animations and stuff like that, and I also could not. Like I didn't have a character artist, so I had this program called Mixamo, which is like kind of an assembly kind of thing, like a super advanced like Skyrim character creation tool kind of thing, but geared towards game designers, where you can just make characters and change everything, give them certain clothes, give them texture, skin color, and stuff like that. So that's how I created Aaron and John and.
Okay.
But then I had androids in mind, and I'm like, okay, how am I gonna make an android? There's no android model in there, so I like took clothes and parts and changed the skin color, and then I exported it all until it kind of looked like an android. Then I had to manually like change the textures, like the eyes and some of the skins of the model's textures, and I imported into Unreal Engine 4, and that's where I played with shaders, like how do I make like the skin of the android be more metallic, and then I had the eyes, and I played around with all that kind of like make them like glowy and stuff like that. So it was kind of out of necessity that I created the androids, and the second bit is that I didn't want the player to be killed. That's like so important from the
Right.
start. No killing, shooting, or violence or whatever.
Right.
So I made them part of the alarm system that I was working on at the time, and I figured that's a nice solution. Like you have something to be aware of, something that moves around,
Right.
but it's not out to kill you. It's just an annoyance, and it's also why I
It's a
made
good
yeah an
obstacle.
obstacle, and the challenge there was not to make them difficult. And luckily with the scanner, it helps a lot. You can detect them through walls quite a distance away, And when it's just one, it's super easy. Just you know where he is, so it's like just don't go that way. um,
Right.
but yeah, that's basically it. But it's not like there's no challenge at all. There's a bit of a challenge, and doesn't so it's interactivity, and that was important to get that into the game. Something that's not just walking. I didn't want to end up with like the term walking simulator. Not because I hate games that let you just walk. I just personally did not want the game to be just walking. But I also didn't want it to have to be difficult. I want the player to have fun when they play the game. So I try to balance everything in that mindset. Like, yeah, that's a challenge, but it still has to be fun and and I guess easy in a way.
Yeah, yeah. And how many hours would you say you guys have all put into it so far?
Oh my God, I think everybody way too many, a,
Yeah,
a lot.
that's a lot, a lot.
Uh,
That is a great job. So thank you.
Oh, we're getting comments.
Yes, we're getting comments.
Oh yeah.
yeah, thanks guys.
Anyway,
Um,
hours. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
no, it's fine. You're part of the
How long
whole.
have you guys all game?
I, I don't know. I can't say about them. I don't live with them. I can
Yeah,
say.
I don't know,
It's hard to say because, you know, every now and then he'll contact us for a script and we'll record it, and then we'll hear from him in a few weeks. So
Yeah.
sessions usually take anywhere between half hour to 2 hours, depending on how I'm feeling. If I need lots of water.
Yes.
So then, let me ask instead, when did you first start working on the game? When was like that first day where you really sat down and went, okay, this is happening?
Uh, huh. I couldn't really remember. At the time, I was working on Source Engine for my previous game I was working on, and
No.
they kind of like put me on Unreal Engine 4 to test out a new game or like see what the engine did. And I've been beforehand I was already interested in Unreal Engine, so I'm like, okay, sure. So I went with that, and then I started to do tutorials and just play around and see what the engine does. And at that time, I was also playing Alien Isolation, and I loved.
So
Oh yeah, no, it's
inspired.
definitely had it was a big inspiration because I was playing it and I loved it, but I was kept thinking to myself that I want to play a game like this where I can experience the environment. I don't get hunted down like the whole time.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's
Oh my
why,
God.
yeah, that's why this game feels so much like the opposite of Alien Isolation because that's what I was going through my head.
Yeah.
Um,
He also had inspiration for the name too, right?
oh my God,
Yeah, where did the name Star Drop come from?
Star Drop.
Vance.
Oh, Aaron Vance. Yeah. Obviously, Stardrop is just I don't know, popped in my head one day. But yeah, no, Aaron's character, I think, yeah, her name was at one point very different. Except,
Yeah, I remember it.
yeah. And then I met Aaron, and she was the character, and I was like, I had her last name already was Vance. That was a nod, obvious to Alex from Half Life, because and that's a big inspiration as well. Half Life and Half Life 2.
Okay.
And then I was like, and I met Aaron, and I was like, Aaron Vance, that sounds really awesome. I was like, can I just please use your name? It's just I can't pass it up. It's just nice combo. And she's like, yeah, sure. I'm like, yay. Um, that's the how.
Awesome. So, you guys have definitely come a long way, and this game is being beautiful. It's definitely, I think, one of a kind game. It's going to be an instant classic as soon as it's done. I can tell, because you've just put so much heart into it. Everyone has, like, just the way that you guys talk about your characters. You can see that this is something that it's really like an experience game where you just have to jump in and see everything. So I have one last question for you then. Are there going to be, when you finish the game, are you going to continue to make more missions? And lead off of it even when the story is done.
Sorry, I didn't get a lot. Am I gonna continue with the?
Make more
Like,
missions for it.
Oh,
Yeah, 'cause you
more
have
missions. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, no.
done.
Yeah, one of the things I've been debating, like people sometimes joked around, like, "Oh, Startup 2," and I'm like, I don't know. It depends. The main story is the main story, and that's what the game is called after the main ship of the story, which is the Star Drop. Um, so Startup 2, I don't know, but new missions. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Missions have started to become a, m- a much. I'm gonna make some for you. I'm gonna make some for you. Startup has the missions have become so big, so much bigger than I anticipated.
Okay.
She's hungry. She wants breakfast.
Yeah. So yeah, no, no. This especially with Echoes. Echoes was really something that we did in 2 weeks and show potential of what missions can do. What I had in my head already before that, but yeah, it really proved it. So I'm definitely gonna put a lot more care and attention into new missions, and I already have one, which is already two levels long, and a third one coming within the same mission. So yeah, there's and different takes I want to do on it, like the horror theme. I would like to play with the horror theme without breaking the rules, like dying and stuff like that. But I have ideas of playing around with that kind of stuff, or maybe a detective kind of story. Yeah, different
I would
takes
be
on.
down for any of that stuff. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, so
I like to
this.
do. I would love to do a horror thing. That would be fun because I think John could have a lot of fun, like because
Messing with-
you'd have him like cutting his audio cutting out every once in a while, and then maybe he's just like pretending to be spooky at the beginning, and then it actually turns into a horror thing. Because I love John because he's kind of a goofball.
He is.
That's my favorite part.
Knock it off.
Knowing Robert, the fun thing about John is knowing Robert. The part plays like the role writes itself. It's so weird. It's just my stupid humor and his way of
Yes.
actually, wording the lines I dare to put on. I dare to write. It's like it just works sometimes, and yeah, and his ad libs, of course, are like golden. Yeah.
So then, will we ever get to play as another character?
Yeah,
We've got size quite a bit.
It's a big idea. I've been playing around with. Yeah. Can't
It-
say for sure yet, but
Ito Hamada through Ito, like where he is all of a sudden, and be like,
Ooh.
"What?"
It would be.
That would be a cool.
give me one second. One
story
second.
side note.
I'll be right back. Just one sec.
Okay.
All right. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, you guys have come such like it's I think inspirational too for other game developers to just see what you guys are doing and how you guys are doing it on essentially no budget, and
Yeah.
and how far you guys have come is just like wow,
Yeah, when he said $500, like that's all he spent on the game. Like, wow.
Yeah, and that's mostly just assets, right?
Well,
Yes.
and even you guys too, with your time and everything that you're putting into it too. It's a big commitment, and it's just amazing seeing everyone come together.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, and like I'm super proud of it. Like I'm super proud to be part of this project just because everything looks and sounds and the aesthetic is so good and it's a game that I would want to play. Like I tell everybody, it's AAA quality.
It is.
It's an indie game, but
It really looks it, yeah.
yeah, like it's something you would see, in the big games.
It really. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
Mm.
and George is not here.
Yeah.
What's been your favorite moment thus far? Like something that really like clicks with you with this game.
Mm,
I think.
oh, geez. Still like like I love the way like he gives me lots of really nice all of that technical dialogue stuff, and then and he likes to sneak, but I love when he sneaks in those little like sarcastic comments. It's like I love the play between the two characters. Like sure I can read a technical manual and make it sound like I know what I'm talking about when I really have no idea what any of it means. Like talking about frames and stuff. Like I don't, I get the gist of it, but I need to make it sound like I know exactly what that is. But then we toss in stuff where I'm just being sarcastic, and I'm like, I love those moments where he just says something and then is like, I have no idea what that means. Like I think I forget if it was an ad lib or if he had actually written it in. It might have been in Echoes where he's reading aloud, then Aaron says something and he's like, no, I was just repeating that.
So then, how much of your character is actually you? You know, like how much can you relate to your character?
It's very much. It's a lot of me in there. A lot of the goofballness comes from me, and I try to ad lib a lot of my own stuff in there. Like there was a lot of ad libs where he was playing video games in the background or something. None of that made it in there, but it really flavored the character. Like I think it was. I loved throwing in ad libs where I was talking about something modern day, but then I just threw space at the beginning of it. So I talked about like space Metroids or something. Or that was Metroids. It was like I forget what the actual thing I'd said was. Oh, space pirates. It was talking about John being scared that there were space pirates. It's like there's pirates, but they're in space. Like, none of that made it in, but I had a blast just going off for like 5 minutes about space pirates.
Yeah, no, Jura was talking about making like a reel of all the ad libs that you do because they're so great. And
yes.
Yeah,
I'm
hoping so. Yeah.
I hope so too, because there's a lot of good stuff in there.
And what about you then, though? How much do you relate to your character?
Honestly, not a whole lot. I have a much more lighthearted. I mean, Erin's kind of lighthearted, so like that part of me is in her, but she's also very like serious about getting the objective done. I'm kind of in real life. I'm very like, whatever happens. I'm just gonna go outside and see where I end up. And I'm a lot like over the top silly, you know. What? No, I do like being over the top silly, but like I like that, that I can put myself into this character. Like she's not supposed to be like super goofy, but it's in there. It's in there. Like you can hear it when John and her are talking, and like he brings that out in her, or I should say, you bring that out in me. Yeah.
You guys have really good vocal chemistry together.
Which is weird because we don't record at the same time, so it's all going off of what we think the other person's gonna say, and then it's amazing how well it works out sometimes.
It is. Yeah, the first time I heard it, I was like, wow.
That's us?
Yeah. We sound great.
Alright, so I've pretty much wrapped up all my questions. Do you guys have anything else that you wanna say?
I mean, if the audience wants to ask any questions, I mean, there's plenty of time for that. We are looking at the chat and everything.
I've been.
Oh, when did you come back?
Oh, just now.
Oh, that's what that means?
Oh. Yeah, that means that there's sound.
Hi.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh no, you're good. You're good.
We were having fun.
Oh yeah, I catch the last bit. The reels. I definitely want to try and get a reel out there for Robert, because it's just like probably like 2 hours worth, the minimum.
Probably. Yeah, that sounds about right.
I wish I could use some of it. I've been like trying to get some of that like stuff that he puts in there. It just, but the funny thing is that because of so much of like ad libbing and extra lines that I sometimes don't even use, that I write down. Also on Aaron's part, I just, it works better when it's cut, or I mix lines around, and then that works better. There are a few sentences in there that I actually like managed to save. Like I was going somewhere and I needed something. I needed a bridge or something to go from one to the other, and I had so many lines to choose from. At one point, I actually couldn't make it happen without having to bother them to record anything extra. Or I needed and I got a few jokes out of that. Yeah, so that was really cool.
That's fantastic. You guys are doing just such a fantastic job with this so far.
Oh, they have
Can't wait to see where it goes.
yeah, they have
I was gonna say,
Sorry.
John's voice in audio log and just like have it laying around as an Easter egg.
Oh, that'd be
Yeah.
cool. Yeah,
Yeah, that's a
you've
cool
got
idea.
quite a
Yeah.
bit of research
Yeah,
there too of
I've thought about
pictures.
it.
Yeah.
Just like thinking, like brainstorming. Like I have a guitar or something. Just like coming on. I started recording. I don't know if I actually recorded it, but it was like computer start this sequence or something. And then I just start doodling on the guitar. And then I could hear the door open. Like oh shit or something. like somebody walks in on me just to do something weird.
Oh, I think I remember. Yeah, you were doing something like that. Yeah. You should have.
Have you thought about?
We should have re-record.
I can say okay.
We should have re-record John's Christmas singing.
Oh yeah, the Christmas thing from Hilarity 7
Yeah.
where I sang. I think it was like I sang was it the one Christmas Carol or was it two Christmas carols? And then I did Still Alive from Portal for
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
guitar.
yeah. It was one Christmas girl, and then he did Still Alive. It
Yeah.
was
Oh,
hilarious.
we've got a question here.
Yes.
It said Robert mentioned something that gave me an idea. Have you thought about doing some personalized voice lines in backer reward, like an audio message from John or Aaron to send to the backers?
To the
That is a great
backers. Let me wrap my head around that one. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the rewards with that is due to the nature of the story. It doesn't really allow me to like have like any extra characters like crew members and stuff like that directly uh, um, uh, uh, be able to interact with like Aaron or Rob, Aaron or John, um, which was kind of something I've been toying with because I wanted to do something like that, but I
I think
just
yeah.
can't think of a way, and without spoiling the story right now, where that would work. That's one of the things I've been struggling with as rewards as well, because I wanted to interact, I wanted to incorporate like backers as much as I could into the story, and I found a way to do that, which is like just audio logs um, and text logs and a likeness as well. Um, um, and I'll be able to put that in the game in a way where any likeness will actually end up in quite an important part of the game, but not in a way that would deviate from the story. It actually is in line with the story, and that's the way I've been trying to set up these rewards. Yeah, like what was some.
I think what they were getting at though is like if you pledge a certain amount of money, like
Right.
me as John or her as Aaron will record a special message just for that backer.
I get it. I get
Like
it.
a voicemail message.
Yeah.
Yeah, or then even they wanted to know too if you could send like bloopers as a reward for backers.
Bloopers.
Uh,
I would like to give out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just email me. I'll fucking say garbage to you. Or
It's like
Robert's email is
somebody's.
Yeah.
a message.
The backer reward is getting his email.
Yeah.
It's getting. It's a cool idea. Actually, I might actually try, but I want to give out a lot of stuff for free though because um, which you might see as shooting myself in the foot, but to me, reward should be something meaningful. I guess a message would be in a way. I could still do that, but it's already the last few days, so I'll try and see what I can do with that. But the bloopers, nah, those will be free, man. I like to share as much as I can, and I want backers are very special, of course. So that's why I already have like the whole, the SEI, no, the SEI, the what was it, uh, the report, the production report website page that's going to be set up. It's going to be a lot of cool stuff in there. But I want to try and share as much with everybody as possible because it's just it's fun, it's a lot of fun, and I hate putting up walls, too many walls, so that's also been a balance with the rewards as well, to like what should I like, what is to me something that I can make a reward that is like that I can live with personally as well, which is probably not like the smartest thing to do, but I mean that's the way I am. I like to just if I could, I just give the game for free, but I have to make a living, and I want everybody on the team to continue what they're doing as well. So I had to go with the commercial route in this case, but yeah, no, I like to be able to give as much as I can. That's why I want to give the anything that I want to give as much post release for missions. I want to give as much as I can for free, and if the game is a big success enough, then I'll keep doing that. I'll just put whatever I want out there for free. Right now, I have a set of 3 missions, definitely, and I have been thinking to myself, what do I am I gonna do paid DLC? And I'm like, not if I have to. If the game does well on its own, then nah, I'll just keep doing it out, and I'll just work on the next game or sequel or whatever. But yeah, I like to do it like that because I'm a modder from I come from modding, and now I'm an indie developer, so I don't have to have that corporate like mentality. I Which I probably at one point will have to adopt a bit more. Um, but for now, I'm as free as can be, so I'm not restricted to anything, any publishers or anything yet. So uh, and this is already set in stone, so like free missions and stuff like that, yeah, and outtakes, whatever else I can come up with, like screenshots, desktop wallpaper, stuff like that, that are not the ones that are in the reward system, like new additional ones, like after the game is done or something like that. I'll continue to give that stuff out for free. I like that, doing that, so yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, I can get behind that.
I understand the feeling too. I just want to do what I love, but you gotta live.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we've pretty much, um,
Went through your questions, right?
yeah,
And,
Yeah.
I'm kind of out.
and
um
I know you're sleepy, but do you have anything else you want to add?
I've been
How many more days do you have on the Kickstarter? 5, right?
6 is
Six
the last
more
time I
days?
checked. Yeah.
5. I have my counter is on 5 right now.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you've got
Yeah,
5
he's
left. So we do want to make sure that we put out a link for you guys to be able to go ahead and check that out and back it if you can. Um, I think Aaron is on that right now.
Yep.
I think
And
Aaron is
I'm
getting
gonna
to that.
I'm gonna use Twitch on my computer.
Yeah, and then do make sure you check out all of their extra stuff because it is really neat and how Jor and Robert and Aaron are going about, and everyone at TV, just how it's all being put together is really really quite incredible. So it's right now is your chance to really be part of that, and I would highly suggest not missing out on that if you have the opportunity.
Yeah, and we're super close. It looks like we've gotten more backers since the last time I checked. Awesome!
Yeah, really grateful for that. Oh,
all that.
Spaceman Spiff MTG. Don't worry, I'm gonna put this on YouTube, and I'm gonna put the video on archive. So, and I'll post it also on Kickstarter announcement. So don't worry about it. You can watch from the start. And,
Yeah.
Yeah. Deleted link.
oh,
Aw.
send it to the Skype. I'll post it. I can post anything. I'm.
All right.
It's just the Kickstarter page, I believe.
Maybe
Yeah,
we'll
that's
do. Maybe we'll try and do a last day kind of live stream or something before it ends, and then we can either be very happy or very sad.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we're
Aw.
so close.
maybe I'll get my ukulele and play a song.
And I'll do baton tricks.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
we're gonna win you over with cheap
Which
entertainment.
Yes, you
Dun, dun, dun,
You
dun,
want
dun.
stupid marshmallows I can stick around? Look at the circus. No, too, and if anyone has any concerns about, what the game looks like or anything too, you can also visit some of my playthroughs, and I guarantee you'll see like the first video and you'll be like, oh my god, I need to go back to this because it is just what these guys are doing is absolutely amazing.
Actually, yeah, I wanted to do this just now. Sorry for interrupting, Mackenzie. Also, I'm so sorry. I have to mention this. Whenever I pronounce your name or see your name or whatever, it's like a last name kind of thing. I've never seen a first name like that. It's pretty interesting.
Oh
You know, it's
yeah.
funny. I actually get that all the time.
Yeah, I kind
You
of
get
figured.
that, or oh my god, my boyfriend's name is Mackenzie. And I'm like, thanks.
You're. That was just funny. It's just, no, I love your channel. Seriously, I'm gonna promote it right now because I think people should check out your channel a bit. Yeah, you deserve a lot more.
Thank you so much. I'm just so happy that I'm able to like at least even though I only have like 90 people watching, at least that's 90 people who now know about your progress and what you're
Yeah.
doing. And that's really my goal with my channel is to go, hey guys, we have these mainstream games, but we also have these games over here that kind of need some love because look at what they're doing with it, you know? So I'm really just hoping that it's helping you out because I really want to see this go somewhere. Like, it's going to explode. I just
Yeah.
know it. I feel it.
And you're also very entertaining.
Thank you.
There are parts where like I'm like on the ground laughing. Because
Yeah.
you get something in your face or like just something you say. I'm like, oh my god. Yeah.
It's hilarious. Yeah, no, I love your playthroughs. It's entertainment. Like yeah, I like with Twitch streamers as well, and like anybody I watch on YouTube or whatever. I like it when they're themselves, and
Yeah.
to me that like I enjoyed it the most. Like just seeing people be themselves and actually being funny and enjoy and or have something interesting to say. Yeah, and you do both, so yeah, really well. All right, so I plugged you. Go check her out. She is really, really funny. And then of course little bit of, but I'm pretty sure everybody here already has visited this, but that's the Kickstarter. I yeah, I don't have enough followers uh, who don't know what Stardrop is. It's the other way around. It's because I do Stardrop. People know about the Kickstarter. So, but yeah, nah. Go check her out, and she's yeah.
If you could share the Kickstarter too, definitely. You know, just one popping that up on Facebook, and that takes 5 seconds, and it really helps out.
Yeah, we're so close. I cannot wait.
Yeah. Yeah. it's
Cannot
gonna
wait
be
to see like what's the conclusion's gonna be. It's been like yeah, one roller, like the game development has been a roller coaster, and this is like adding like 10,000 layers to the whole thing for a second time, by the way. um, it's the second Kickstarter we're doing.
Success.
Yeah.
Oh, the first one was I don't know, it was like it didn't happen.
Yeah,
um,
I think that we have a more decent following. We have more to show with the game,
Yeah.
and it's a lot more polished than it was. So
Yeah. Oh,
there's a
yeah.
lot.
It's
There's a
come
lot
a
to see.
far, especially just from the demo. It's come just a long, long way.
Oh yeah, you played
Such
the
a
original
far-
demo, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, you guys just it. You guys like make so much progress in such little time. It's just one of those things where you play it one day and then you play it the next day and you're like, oh my god, how did they pull this out? Like it's like it comes from nowhere and you're like, where did
you
this
wanna
come
know?
from?
You wanna know how? It's like me. It's me. Like the only thing I do is this and sleep. That's basically what I've been doing. And then yeah, it's insane. I don't think.
Don't forget two most important things. You gotta get that in there somewhere.
I don't know if I can do this a second time. Like I hope that after start I can expand the team just a little bit. Um, but then again, I don't know. I've been thinking about it. I have been thinking about what expanding and stuff like that. But then again, the reason why this works is because I'm doing so many things. So I'm like, it's like I don't know. I'm like this is the sleep. This is
Yeah.
sleep talking. But anyway,
Well, I'm sure once it comes out and it's all finished, I'm sure you'll have people who will want to come on board for a second game or for some of the missions to help out there. But it's, I mean, whether or not you want to expand is really going to be up to you.
of course, it's just an amazing experience so far. Yeah, the yeah, good, a lot of good parts with the game, and then yeah, and then after the game is done, gonna have to catch up a bit with the family.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
that is
Don't
too.
miss out on
Yeah.
that.
The bit is a little bit very understatement. Like that's like oh, but yeah, no, I'm gonna keep going until this is done, and hopefully with the Kickstarter, I can um, how do you say I can like manage my
Relax.
time a little bit better. Yeah,
Yeah.
not relax. I don't think I can relax ever until this thing is out there. But manage my time with a little bit less worries. Yeah, definitely.
Well, you're
That helps.
managing it fairly well right now. You don't seem incredibly stressed, or I mean, you might be, and
Uh,
you're just not showing it. But you definitely don't seem like frantic, kind of crazy. It's your energy is just really, really well so far, and with how the game is and all that too.
Still got a lot of into because you do so much.
Oh my gosh, yeah, yeah. I can't imagine. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I
it's.
can't.
I also can't imagine how I do it sometimes. No, I'm kidding. I just do it. That's just what you do. You just do it. This is what I want, and yeah, this is the thing. Like this is my okay. This is my idea, my initiative, and if I don't, I have to do it because everybody else who joined me sees something in what I've started, and they put like their whole like tons of effort into contributing to what I've what my idea is and stuff like that. Um, so yeah, it's like because I've been having another interview like lately. I had another one on another Twitch channel. It's like, wow, you do this, you do that. This is like a one man game kind of thing. I'm like, no, 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 no. Well, yes, but no. Um, like I
So
do.
we actually just got a question too. They want to know if the Echoes mission is available for Mac and or PC.
Yeah, that's another issue. I'm really gonna be trying to get this fixed soon as possible. Because of the non-existing budget, the hardware is right now limited to just PC.
Okay.
The thing is, though, is that so okay. Short question, short answer. Right now is just PC, which I hate to answer. No Linux, no Mac yet. I hate to be able to say this because, but I don't have any other like I don't have anything else. Um, the long answer is that I will be doing whatever I can to get it ported and packaged on different those Mac and Linux platforms as soon as I am able to. But I don't think it'll be too soon because I don't have the hardware and that costs money and at the end of the road I know there's going to be a lot more options where I will have the availability of the hardware, just not yet. um, but the reason I'm confident I can do it is because Unreal Engine natively supports these platforms. It supports PS4, it
Right.
supports Xbox and iOS. I'm not gonna go on iOS, but I'm just saying it supports all that.
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah,
something.
star drop. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, with touchscreen controls. Like, like,
And that's something that they can kind of keep track of on the website as well, right?
oh no, yeah, no, for sure. Once we can, that will be a big announcement when we have that stuff sorted. Yeah. And there's another thing I haven't mentioned yet at all because it's not a certainty yet, but I'll say here that we are in talks with at least a few publishers. Very
Oh,
very interested. One long for quite some time already, and another one that just popped up, and both seem very promising. So yeah, and that creates opportunities as well, of course. At least if you have the right kind of publisher, and already had a publisher before the first Kickstarter, which I just flat turned down because it was ridiculous. The terms, they're like like throwing dollar signs in front, like pay us, we'll pay you, like just say what you want, and then but you know, you don't get to own your IP, and they want like a ridiculous revenue share. So I'm like, nah, not gonna happen. Sorry.
Yeah, that's yeah.
And this Kickstarter, they checked up again, are like, hey, what? So any news? I'm like, not even gonna bother to respond because it's, you know, they already like told them what I was thinking. So, but the other two that I'm talking with too right now are like amazing so far. So I'm very interested, very
Oh,
interested.
so it sounds like there are some great things coming for Star Drop, and you're going to be releasing some more great things. And
Oh yeah,
it is
this.
this is gonna be an instant classic for sure.
Thanks. I'm
Absolutely.
not gonna
It's
say anything like that. I'm gonna let other people judge and decide for that. I'm yeah. I do my best. I work hard, and I know everybody works hard, and I'm very grateful. This is another thing I want to point out. I'm the most luckiest developer right now, in terms of the people I'm able to work with. Uh, because that's from the start. Ever since I started getting the characters into the game, that's the biggest compliments I've gotten. It's like, wow, these I love these voice actors. This is really cool. This is really professional
yeah.
and stuff like that. And when I started to really get that and consistently been getting that praise, and that's all on them. That's all on Aaron and Robert and Jordan and Catabel that are gonna pop in at some point. It's all on them. I just do the writing, and they make it all happen. And this game wouldn't be like even a third as interesting if it wasn't for them. So yeah, just wanted to throw that out there real quick. It's like you know, you see this in like other games, like where you see games and these like really famous games, and the way they've been made is in movies and bands. You see that in bands. It's like that assemble the ensemble, the way the kind of artist you have makes the band. When you start to rotate, it loses like something, and it sometimes it adds something better, but most of the time you lose something. And that's the way I view this development team right now. Is that it's just the you know, the perfect mixture for this game. It's like, wow, insane. Very lucky.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right.
Yeah.
I think that's probably like a good point to
Yeah. You guys
kind of
got a
wrap things.
you guys got a movie to catch. I've heard.
Well, we still got quite a bit time,
Well,
but
it's a
I mean,
nice
do
way
you
to
guys
wrap.
have anything else that you kind of want to put out there for anyone else to know, or uh,
No, I think I've been rambling way too long already. Um,
Have you mentioned Steam at all?
oh yeah,
Steam.
what's plans for Steam?
Oh, nothing too special. I've secured a Steam ID a while ago without going through Steamlight. Lucky me. So the game is on Steam. The build is on Steam. So and the game is also on itch.io, yeah, already. So the cool thing about that is distribution wise, we're set. You know, we have nothing to worry about. I can, if I want to, I can have the game go online right now, but I don't. Of course, I don't. That'd be stupid. Um, so, but yeah, that's another. That was like I think 2 months ago or something, a month and a half ago when that happened, and that was such a milestone in a way because getting onto Steam, I know it's starting to mean lesser and lesser when you know that 40% of the entire catalog on Steam has been released in 2016, which is insane. And the reputation Steam is getting, sadly enough, is not as prestigious as it once was. But still, then again, we didn't have to go to through Greenlight, which in a way is good and bad because the bad thing is that you didn't get to create a community through the Greenlight process. But I've heard stories of a lot of games and developers being stuck in greenlight hell because they didn't got voted up, and it's incredibly hard to get voted up after that. And some of these games are really good games, and they're not voted. So I figured I avoid that if I can, and I could, and I did. So I'm glad
Yeah.
we're on Steam already. Yeah, and but another thing I heard, another sentiment I heard is thank you so much. Somebody, I hate,
Yes,
I,
thank
Oh
you.
yes.
yeah, uh,
W Garcia
yes.
wishes on.
Oh,
Yeah,
Thanks,
sorry.
thanks a lot.
Yes.
No, sentiment I've gotten from the start was DRM free, and being in India, I believe in that as well. DRM free should be an option. Um, so yeah, that's why I also went with Itch.io because they're very, very open software, open everything. So I've got best of both worlds right, best of both worlds right now, being on Steam and being able to distribute on Itch.io, and much more. There will be other places. Startup will be available in the future, but for now, for me, for distributing after the Kickstarter, this was important to have those two settled already before I launched the campaign, so I have something to distribute on. Because that's another cool thing. I think that's another cool thing to notice to mention is that after the Kickstarter, if we're funded successfully, once the whole money issue is settled and everything is done with that, the moment I that's all done, I'm gonna send out keys to everybody. So you'll be able to play the first chapter and don't have to wait until release. So after you play the demo, if you want, you can play the first chapter, and that should be in roughly 3 weeks if we're gonna make it. Um, so you can look forward to that. I'm really itching to send those out. Queen's Day 30, really good team. They're getting there. The more pledges. It's a game, great, cool. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for the support.
yeah. Thank
Yes.
The support has been insane, by the way. Backers have been coming to me through the message system, showing their support. One or two have been going way out of their way to find ways to promote the game and help me give me ideas to as to what I can do, and we're like a few that I really that really helped me give ideas. So that's also been awesome. Interacting with everybody. Yeah, it's been insane, but yeah, very positive experience as well. So thanks for the support. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
you.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you
you.
guys so much. Yeah. Yeah.
um, I think I'm running dry.
Yeah, you should really get some sleep. You were up all night.
Yeah, I'm gonna entertain my daughter for a while, and then maybe later I'll catch a few C's, power nap. Yeah,
Oh, she's like, yay!
yeah, yeah. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming.
Awesome. Well, it was so great finally getting to talk to you, Jor and Robert and Aaron.
Yeah, it was really a pleasure.
Third time that we've talked in person, by the way.
Yeah, we're doing things here.
Yes, I've been thinking about doing meetings, and then I think about the time schedule and time zones, and I'm like, we're doing fine. I'm going to attempt a sort of a two weekly, monthly kind of thing because I think the involvement, like what we're having right now, is something we should have more often. Um, to be able to yeah, for you to bounce off ideas and stuff like that. I think that would be something we really should. I've said it before, and I have to act on it. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. See, my time has come to an end to be streaming.
Yes. For sure.
Um, we'll try and get something on the last day. Try and get a stream. Um, because it's fun. See if we can get somebody else on board. This thing, okay. This is a wrap for me. If you guys wanna say something, then it'll be fine. I'll just end when you guys are done. Um, anyway, thanks everybody. If you guys have something to say, this is it. If not, then we hope you guys will join us for the next stream. Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for coming. Definitely check out the Kickstarter and back if you can. Check out their videos that they're promoting. And
Yeah, we
we'll
are
see
now
you.
582 away from our goal.
So close.
Yes,
We will see you guys
we're
next
doing
time.
it, guys. We're really
We're
doing
doing
it.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
All right. Bye bye. All right, guys. I'm gonna end the stream. Thank you all so much for joining. I'll really try to do one on the last day. And again, thank you so much. And take care. I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.